My beloved, stop for a moment and listen carefully. Do not rush past these words. Do not let the noise of your day steal this moment from your heart. Before you continue carrying everything you have been carrying, before you return to the thoughts that have been chasing you, I want you to hear me. I know where you are. I know what this season has felt like. I know the burdens you have carried quietly, the ones you do not know how to explain to anyone else. I know the thoughts that come to you late at night, when the world becomes still and your heart becomes loud. I know the questions you have been afraid to speak out loud, because part of you wondered if saying them would make your faith look weak. But I am not afraid of your questions. I am not disappointed by your weariness. I am not distant from your pain. You may think you found this message by chance, but nothing about your life is hidden from me. Nothing about your journey is accidental when my hand is upon it. I have seen the path you have walked. I have seen the places where you kept going even when you had no strength left to explain yourself. Others may have seen your smile, but I saw the sacrifice behind it. Others may have heard you say, "I'm fine," but I heard the trembling underneath those words. Others may have noticed your strength, but I saw the silent battle it took for you to stand. My child, I have seen every moment. I have heard every prayer. I have collected every tear. Not one tear has fallen unnoticed before me. Not one prayer has disappeared into emptiness. Not one night of suffering has been forgotten. There were times when you thought I was silent. There were moments when you wondered if I had turned away. You prayed, and the answer did not come the way you expected. You waited, and the door did not open when you hoped it would. You trusted, but the situation still looked the same. And because you could not see me moving, you wondered if I was moving at all. But listen to me carefully. My silence was never abandonment. There are things I have been doing in your life that your eyes could not yet recognize. There are ways I have protected you that you may not understand until much later. There are doors I kept closed, not because I was against you, but because I saw what was behind them. There are delays I allowed, not to punish you, but to prepare you. You saw waiting. I saw formation. You saw silence. I saw deep work. You saw a season that seemed still. I saw roots growing beneath the surface. You asked me why the journey had to be so difficult. You wondered why others seemed to move ahead while you remained in the same place. You looked at their open doors and asked when your turn would come. You compared your hidden process with their visible progress, and your heart grew tired. But I did not create you to live someone else's story. I did not shape you for someone else's path. I did not place my purpose inside you so you could spend your life measuring it against another person's timeline. Your journey is not forgotten because it looks different. Your growth is not meaningless because it is quiet. Your season is not wasted because it is unseen. I have been working in the hidden places. I have been strengthening the parts of you that will need to stand later. I have been teaching you wisdom through things you never would have chosen. I have been building compassion through pain you never asked for. I have been deepening your faith in places where easy answers could never have taken you. I know it has been hard. I know there were moments when you wanted to stop. Moments when hope felt far away. Moments when discouragement whispered that nothing would ever change. Moments when you wondered if your faith was making any difference at all. But you are still here. And that matters more than you realize. The storm did not destroy you. The disappointment did not end you. The rejection did not remove my purpose from your life. The delay did not cancel my promise. The tears did not mean you were weak. They meant you were human. And I was near even then. My beloved, I want you to lift your eyes away from what you lack and remember what remains. You still have breath. You still have purpose. You still have a future in my hands. You still have my presence with you. I am with you. I have not forgotten you. I am still working. So do not let this day pass as if you are unseen. Do not believe the lie that your prayers have been ignored. Do not assume that because the answer has not arrived. My love has not been active. I have been closer than you knew. I have been carrying you through things you thought you survived alone. And what you thought was silence may have been the place where I was preparing something deeper than you could see. And what you thought was silence may have been the place where I was preparing something deeper than you could see. My beloved, I know waiting has not been easy for you. I know what it feels like when you have prayed, hoped, trusted, and still the answer seems far away. I know the ache of watching time pass while the situation remains unchanged. I know the heaviness that comes when you see others stepping into doors you have been praying for, while you are still standing in a place that feels unfinished. You have wondered if you missed something. You have wondered if you did something wrong. You have wondered if perhaps my blessing passed you by. But listen to me carefully. What you call delay, I often call preparation. What you call waiting, I often call training. What you call a closed door, I often call protection. There are things you cannot see from where you are standing. You see one moment, one disappointment, one unanswered prayer, one door that did not open. But I see the full story. I see where that road would have led. I see what your heart is ready for, and what still needs to be strengthened within you. I am not withholding good from you because I have forgotten you. I am preparing you because I love you. A seed does not look powerful when it is buried in the ground. From the outside, it looks hidden. It looks still. It looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, in the dark and quiet soil, roots begin to form. The seed is not being punished by the darkness. It is being prepared for growth. In the same way, there are seasons when I allow your life to be hidden, not because your purpose has ended, but because your roots must grow deeper before your branches can rise higher. You may be asking for fruit, but I am strengthening the root. You may be asking for visibility, but I am building stability. You may be asking for movement, but I am forming maturity. Do not despise the hidden season. A foundation is not celebrated while it is being built. People walk past a construction site and may not understand what is happening beneath the ground. But without that unseen foundation, the house cannot stand when the winds come. That is what I am doing in you. I am building what will hold you when the next season arrives. I am developing patience, wisdom, humility, endurance, and trust. These are not small things. These are the deep things that allow a life to stand when circumstances shake. You prayed for open doors. I am preparing you to walk through them with wisdom. You prayed for greater purpose. I am strengthening your character so the purpose will not crush you. You prayed for peace. I am teaching you to trust me even before every answer is clear. My child, waiting is not empty when it is held in my hands. Your waiting season is not empty. It is full of purpose. Even now, I am doing more than you realize. I am arranging what you cannot arrange. I am preparing what you cannot force. I am protecting you from what looked good but would not have been good for your soul. I am shaping you in ways that will matter later. There were doors you cried over because they closed. But one day, you may thank me for closing them. There were delays that frustrated you because they slowed you down. But one day, you may see that those delays saved you from stepping too soon into something you were not yet ready to carry. There were seasons when you thought nothing was happening. But one day, you may look back and realize those were the seasons when I was doing the deepest work in you. So, do not compare your process with someone else's progress. Do not measure my faithfulness by another person's timeline. Do not decide that I am late simply because I am not moving according to your schedule. I am never careless with your life. I am never confused about your future. I am never behind. Trust my timing. Trust my wisdom. Trust my love for you. This does not mean the waiting will always feel easy. There may still be days when your heart feels tired. There may still be moments when you ask me again, Lord, how long? And when you ask, I will not turn away from you. Bring me the ache. Bring me the impatience. Bring me the questions. Bring me the part of you that wants to trust, but feels weary from waiting. I can hold all of it. And while you wait, keep doing the next faithful thing. Keep praying. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep loving. Keep obeying. Keep becoming the person I am shaping you to be. You do not have to see the whole harvest today. Just keep watering the seed with faith. You do not have to understand the whole plan today. Just keep trusting the one who does. Because what is hidden is not wasted. What is slow is not meaningless. What is delayed is not denied unless I, in my wisdom, am protecting you from something less than my best. And while I am preparing what is ahead of you, I am also asking you to release what was never yours to carry. And while I am preparing what is ahead of you, I am also asking you to release what was never yours to carry. My child, you have been holding too much. You have been carrying tomorrow before tomorrow has arrived. You have been trying to solve questions that have not yet been placed in front of you. You have been replaying conversations in your mind, wondering what you should have said, what you should have done, what might happen next, and how everything will turn out. And slowly, without realizing it, your heart has become tired. Your mind was never created to carry an entire lifetime in one day. Your shoulders were never designed to hold every outcome. Your soul was never meant to live trapped between regret over yesterday and fear over tomorrow. I created you to walk with me, not ahead of me, not apart from me, with me. There are things I have placed in your hands, and there are things that belong only in mine. You are called to be faithful, but you are not called to be in control of everything. You are called to obey, but you are not called to force every result. You are called to plant seeds, but you are not called to make them grow by anxiety. There is a difference between responsibility and burden. Responsibility is doing what I have asked you to do today. Burden is trying to carry what only I can carry. You are responsible for your obedience, but you are not responsible for controlling the results. You are responsible for speaking with honesty, but you are not responsible for controlling how every person responds. You are responsible for making wise choices, but you are not responsible for predicting every detail of the future. You are responsible for taking the next faithful step, but you are not responsible for seeing the entire road before you move. Leave room for me to be God. Leave room for my wisdom. Leave room for my timing. Leave room for my power to work in ways your hands cannot force. I see how much pressure you have placed on yourself. The pressure to be strong for everyone. The pressure to make the right decision every time. The pressure to never disappoint anyone. The pressure to hold your life together even when something inside you is quietly falling apart. But I am the one who holds you together. Not your planning. Not your worrying. Not your ability to imagine every possible outcome. Me. So today, I am inviting you to open your hands. Not because the situation does not matter. Not because your concerns are foolish. Not because your heart should stop caring. But because peace cannot fill hands that are clenched around fear. Open your hands and bring me what has been exhausting you. Bring me the worry you keep revisiting. Bring me the decision you are afraid to make. Bring me the relationship you cannot fix by yourself. Bring me the future you keep trying to control. Bring me the disappointment you keep hiding beneath your strength. Say to me, slowly and honestly, God, I give it to you. I cannot carry this alone. Teach me to trust you with what I cannot control. Do not rush those words. Let them reach the places in you that have been tense for too long. God, I give it to you. This is not surrendering to defeat. This is surrendering to my care. I cannot carry this alone. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. Teach me to trust you with what I cannot control. This is where peace begins. Trust does not mean pretending the problem is not real. Trust means remembering that I am more real than the problem. Trust does not mean you will never feel concern. Trust means concern will not become your master. Trust does not mean you understand everything. Trust means you believe my heart, even when the details are still unclear. My beloved, stop carrying what I never asked you to carry. You do not have to fix everything today. You do not have to answer every question today. You do not have to become the strongest version of yourself by sunset. You only need to come close to me and ask, Lord, what is the next faithful thing? Sometimes the next faithful thing is prayer. Sometimes it is rest. Sometimes it is forgiveness. Sometimes it is making a phone call, closing a door, asking for help, or simply refusing to let fear decide your attitude for the day. Small faithful steps matter. When you place the burden in my hands, I will show you what belongs in yours. I will not ask you to carry the whole mountain. I will teach you how to take the next step on the path. And when your hands are no longer full of tomorrow's burdens, your eyes can finally see the path I have placed before you today. And when your hands are no longer full of tomorrow's burdens, your eyes can finally see the path I have placed before you today. My beloved, you do not need to understand the entire journey before you take the next step. You do not need to have every answer settled in your mind. You do not need to see the whole road stretched out before you. You do not need to know how every chapter will unfold, how every question will be answered, or how every situation will finally come together. You only need to walk with me today. One step, one act of trust, one moment of obedience, one breath where you choose faith instead of panic. I know how easily your mind runs ahead. I know how quickly tomorrow's worries try to enter today's peace. You think about next week, next month, next year. You imagine conversations that have not happened. You prepare for battles that have not arrived. You try to carry possibilities as if they are already realities. But I never asked you to live your whole future in a single day. I asked you to trust me one day at a time. Trust is not knowing every answer. Trust is knowing the one who holds the answers. And I hold them. I hold the answer you are waiting for. I hold the door you cannot open by yourself. I hold the timing you cannot understand. I hold the people, the provision, the wisdom, and the strength you will need when the moment comes. You are not behind because you cannot see everything yet. You are not failing because you still have questions. You are not weak because you need daily grace. Daily grace is exactly what I give. Many people miss the blessing of today because they are consumed by the uncertainty of tomorrow. They overlook the strength I am giving now because they are searching for strength for a season that has not arrived. They miss the quiet guidance in front of them because they are demanding a full map. But I often lead by lamp, not by lightning. I give enough light for the step you are standing on. Then, as you walk, I give light for the next one. This is how faith grows. Not only in dramatic moments, not only when emotions are high, not only when the answer suddenly appears. Faith grows in small, daily choices that may seem ordinary, but are precious to me. Choosing gratitude when complaining would be easier. Choosing prayer when anxiety wants to take over. Choosing patience when the process feels slow. Choosing honesty when hiding feels safer. Choosing obedience when a shortcut looks tempting. Choosing to show up again when discouragement tells you to stop. These choices matter. Every small act of faith becomes part of the person I am shaping you to be. Do not underestimate what I can do with one faithful step. A life can change direction through one surrendered decision. A heart can begin healing through one honest prayer. A future can be shaped through one quiet act of obedience that no one else sees. I see it. I see every step you take toward me. I see every time you choose not to return to the old fear. I see every moment you pause before reacting. I see every burden you lay down again, even after picking it back up. I see every morning you decide to keep trusting, even when your feelings are still catching up. My child, progress is still progress when it is slow. Growth is still growth when it is hidden. Faithfulness is still faithfulness when no one applauds it. So today, ask me a simple question. Lord, what is the next faithful step? Not the next 10 steps. Not the whole plan. Just the next faithful step. Maybe it is to rest instead of striving. Maybe it is to apologize. Maybe it is to forgive. Maybe it is to stop comparing your journey with someone else's. Maybe it is to open my word before opening your worries. Maybe it is to make the call, write the message, begin the work, or wait with peace instead of fear. Whatever I show you, do it with me. Do not move from panic. Move from prayer. Do not move from pressure. Move from peace. Do not move because fear is rushing you. Move because my spirit is leading you. And when the step feels small, remember this. Small steps taken with me are never wasted. The future is not built only by great moments. It is built by faithful moments, quiet moments, hidden moments, moments when you choose trust while no one else knows how hard that choice was. I am guiding you. I am strengthening you. I am teaching you how to walk without needing to control the whole road. So breathe. Look at today. Receive the grace I am giving for this moment. You do not need to have everything figured out. You only need to take the next faithful step. But as you take the next step, there is one voice you must no longer allow to guide your future. The voice of fear. But as you take the next step, there is one voice you must no longer allow to guide your future. The voice of fear. My beloved, I know fear has spoken loudly to you. It has followed you into quiet mornings and restless nights. It has stood beside you when you tried to make decisions. It has whispered through your memories, through your disappointments, through the places where you were hurt before. Fear has told you to stay where you are. Fear has told you not to try again. Fear has told you that if you hope too much, you will only be disappointed. Fear has told you that the safest life is the smallest life. But I never created fear to be your guide. I did not create anxiety to be your counselor. I did not design your heart to be ruled by worst-case scenarios. I did not place purpose inside you so that fear could bury it beneath hesitation. Fear has a way of making obstacles look larger than they are. It takes one possibility and turns it into a disaster. It takes one delay and calls it defeat. It takes one closed door and tells you the whole future is closed. But fear does not see what I see. Fear sees the mountain. I see the path through it. Fear sees your weakness. I see my strength resting upon you. Fear sees uncertainty. I see the future I am still holding. My child, faith does not mean the absence of fear. Faith means choosing trust, even when fear is present. There will be moments when your heart still trembles. There will be days when you do not feel brave. There will be decisions that require courage before comfort arrives. But courage is not waiting until fear disappears. Courage is taking my hand while fear is still speaking, and choosing to believe my voice more. Do not shame yourself because you feel afraid. Feeling fear does not mean you have failed in faith. It means you are human. Faith begins when you bring that fear to me instead of allowing it to lead you. So bring it to me. Bring me the fear of failing. Bring me the fear of being rejected. Bring me the fear of being disappointed again. Bring me the fear that you are behind, that you are not enough, that nothing will change, that the future will repeat the pain of the past. I can hold what overwhelms you, and I can teach you how to walk through it without being ruled by it. Fear often imagines a future without my presence in it. It shows you the problem, but hides my faithfulness. It shows you the risk, but hides my guidance. It shows you what could go wrong, but forgets that I will be with you no matter what comes. That is why you must be careful which voice you allow to shape your decisions. The loudest voice is not always the truest voice. Fear may be loud, but my promises are stronger. Fear may be persistent, but my presence is nearer. Fear may tell you to stop, but I am teaching you to move forward with wisdom, prayer, and peace. Stop consulting fear about your future. Start consulting me. Before you say no because you are afraid, pray. Before you run back to what is familiar, pause. Before you decide that something is impossible, remember who is walking with you. I am not asking you to be reckless. I am not asking you to ignore wisdom. I am not asking you to move without prayer. I am asking you not to let fear make decisions that belong to faith. There is a difference between caution and captivity. Wisdom helps you walk carefully. Fear keeps you from walking at all. And I have called you to walk. Maybe the next step feels small. Maybe it is simply speaking honestly. Maybe it is trying again. Maybe it is asking for help. Maybe it is letting go of an outcome you cannot control. Maybe it is forgiving slowly. Maybe it is trusting me with one area of your life that fear has guarded for years. Whatever the step is, take it with me. You are not walking alone into the unknown. You are walking with the one who already knows the way. I am with you when your voice shakes. I am with you when your knees feel weak. I am with you when the future feels unclear. I am with you when obedience costs you comfort. My presence does not leave when fear appears. My grace does not disappear when you feel uncertain. My strength is not limited by the places where you feel small. So today, place your future in my hands. The future is too important to place in the hands of fear. Place it in my hands instead. Let this be your prayer. Lord, I feel afraid, but I choose to trust you. I do not know every detail, but I know you are with me. Teach me to move by faith, not by fear. Say it slowly. Let it become a doorway. Let it become the moment your heart stops bowing to fear and starts listening again to me. Because fear is not your master. Anxiety is not your future. The past is not your prophet. I am still leading you. I am still strengthening you. I am still preparing the road ahead. And when fear says you cannot keep going, I want you to look back and remember how far I have already carried you. And when fear says you cannot keep going, I want you to look back and remember how far I have already carried you. My beloved, pause for a moment and look behind you, not to live in the past, not to reopen what I am healing, not to measure yourself by old pain, but to remember the truth. You are still here. There were seasons you thought would break you. There were nights when the weight on your heart felt heavier than your body could carry. There were disappointments that made hope feel distant. There were prayers you whispered with tears, wondering if they had reached me at all. And yet, you are still here. The storm did not destroy you. The delay did not erase your purpose. The closed door did not close your future. The disappointment did not finish your story. You have survived things that once made you wonder if you would ever feel steady again. You have walked through days that required more courage than anyone around you realized. You have kept going when part of you felt tired, uncertain, and unseen. I saw all of it. I saw the strength it took to rise again. I saw the faith it took to pray again. I saw the quiet obedience that no one applauded. I saw the tears you wiped away before anyone entered the room. I saw the moments when you chose not to give up, even when giving up felt easier. My child, you have come too far to give up now. A difficult season is not a permanent destination. The chapter you are living now is not the entire story. Do not let temporary struggle create a permanent conclusion in your heart. Do not allow one hard season to convince you that every season ahead will look the same. Do not measure the rest of your life by what you are facing today. I am not finished with your story. There are still pages I am writing. There are still lessons becoming wisdom. There are still seeds beneath the surface. There are still prayers being held in my hands. There are still places where my grace is working in ways you cannot yet explain. You may not see the full picture, but I do. You may not understand the timing, but I do. You may not know how the road will unfold, but I am already there. That is why I am asking you to keep moving forward. Not with pressure, not with panic, not with the need to prove yourself, but with trust. One faithful step at a time. Look at what I have already built in you. You are not the same person you were before. You have learned patience through waiting. You have learned compassion through pain. You have learned humility through dependence. You have learned courage through fear. You have learned that my presence can hold you even when your circumstances feel uncertain. Nothing surrendered to me is wasted. Not the tears, not the waiting, not the closed doors, not the slow growth, not the silent prayers. I do not waste what my children place in my hands. Even the things that hurt you can become places where wisdom grows. Even the delays that frustrated you can become seasons where roots grew deeper. Even the battles you did not choose can become part of the testimony that will one day strengthen someone else. So, today, stop comparing your timeline. Stop carrying tomorrow before it arrives. Stop asking fear for permission to live. Stop defining your future by your present struggle. Instead, bring your heart back to me. Let this be your prayer. Lord, I do not see the whole road, but I trust you with the next step. I release what I cannot control. I choose faith over fear. I believe you are still working in my life. Pray it slowly. Let every word become a place of surrender. Then take one step. Send the message you have been avoiding. Rest if your soul is weary. Open my word before opening your worry. Choose gratitude before complaint. Ask for wisdom before making the decision. Speak truth over the fear. Do the next faithful thing. And trust me with what comes after it. You do not need to know everything. You need to know that I am with you. And I am. I am with you in every challenge, every decision, every waiting season, every hidden battle, and every quiet victory. I am still guiding you. I am still strengthening you. I am still preparing what your eyes cannot yet see. So lift your head. My beloved, the road ahead may not be perfect, but you will not walk it alone. The answers may not all come today, but my presence is already here. The process may feel slow, but growth is still happening. The story may feel unfinished, but unfinished does not mean forgotten. Keep moving forward. I am with you. I am still working, and your story is far from over.